Dan Spivey is almost 75 now, and the way his life turned out is really sad. Years of substance abuse, injuries, heavy painkiller use, and even a DUI all piled up, making things feel like a constant uphill battle for him. Let's dive into just how rough things got for him. Dan Spivey was born on October 14, 1952, in Tampa, Florida. From an early age, his size and athleticism made him stand out. He grew up dreaming of a career in professional football and played defensive end for the University of Georgia. At nearly 7 feet tall and with a powerful frame, he had all the tools to succeed on the gridiron. Unfortunately, a knee injury in college derailed those plans, leaving him searching for a new path. Wrestling would become that path, though at the time, it was far from obvious. After his football dreams ended, Spivey did odd jobs in Tampa while figuring out his next move. It was during this uncertain time that he met Dusty Rhodes, who was then a booker in championship wrestling from Florida. Rhodes saw potential in Spivey and recruited him into a new tag team called American Starship, alongside a young Scott Hall. Spivey took on the persona of Eagle, while Hall was Coyote. They performed in silver pants and furry boots, and though their gimmick was unusual, it marked the beginning of Spivey's professional wrestling career. His debut came in 1983, and he quickly began learning the ropes under Rhodes's mentorship. Spivey's early years were spent moving through the wrestling territories, gaining experience and improving his craft. When Rhodes moved to Jim Crockett Promotions, he brought Spivey and Hall along. Though they did not capture major championships, the experience of working with established talent helped Spivey refine his skills. In addition to wrestling, he sometimes helped with other duties around the promotion, including ground crew work for the Charlotte Orioles baseball team, which the promotion owned. It was a humble beginning that taught him the discipline and work ethic required to succeed in the wrestling business. By 1985, the American Starship team split, and Spivey moved to the World Wrestling Federation, stepping into a new role. He replaced Barry Windham in a patriotic tag team alongside Mike Rotunda. Together, they were briefly known as the American Express, a variant of the U.S. Express. Rotunda and Spivey worked closely, honing their in-ring psychology and refining their performances. Their partnership, though not long-lasting, allowed Spivey to transition smoothly into the larger national spotlight of the WWF, where the competition was fiercer and the audience broader. Following Rotunda's temporary departure, Spivey began working more in singles competition under the nickname Golden Boy Danny Spivey. Decked out in yellow trunks and boots, he was a striking figure, though his resemblance to Hulk Hogan reportedly limited his push in the company. Despite these limitations, Spivey became known backstage as one of the toughest men in the locker room. Stories circulated of him standing up to bullies and defending younger talent, earning him respect among his peers. This reputation for toughness, combined with his imposing physique, made him a reliable performer in the eyes of promoters. In 1988, Spivey began touring Japan with All Japan Pro Wrestling, a chapter that would define the physicality of his career. Wrestling legends like Genichiro Tenryu, Terry Gordy, Steve Williams, and Stan Hansen became his opponents and partners, exposing him to the intense King's Road style of Japanese wrestling. Spivey quickly earned a reputation as a durable big man who could absorb punishment while delivering hard-hitting matches. He eventually won the All Japan Pro Wrestling Unified World Tag Team Championship alongside Stan Hansen, solidifying his status as a credible and respected performer in Japan. These years were grueling, and Spivey admitted that the physical toll likely shortened his career, but they also honed him into a versatile and tough wrestler capable of competing anywhere. Returned to the United States in 1989, Spivey joined Jim Crockett Promotions, which would soon become WCW. He formed a dominant tag team with Sid Vicious, called the Skyscrapers, managed by Teddy Long. Their combined size and aggression made them a fearsome duo, capable of taking on some of the biggest teams in the promotion. They feuded with the Road Warriors and the Steiner brothers, showcasing Spivey's strength, agility, and teamwork in high-profile matches. After Sid left the team, Mark Callis briefly stepped in, making different versions of the Skyscrapers. While the team never achieved long-term dominance, It highlighted Spivey's ability to adapt and remain relevant in the evolving wrestling landscape. During the early 1990s, Spivey also wrestled in Herb Abrams's Universal Wrestling Federation, winning the UWF America's Championship in 1994. Though the promotion was short-lived, it offered Spivey the opportunity to continue performing and maintain visibility in the wrestling world. His experience across multiple promotions, in different countries, and against varied competition demonstrated his resilience and dedication to his craft. In 1995, Spivey returned to the WWF under a new, darker persona, Waylon Mercy. Gone were the bright colors and cheerful gimmicks. He adopted slicked-back black hair, a slow, menacing drawl, and a polite yet threatening demeanor. Inspired by Robert De Niro's character Max Cady in Cape Fear, Waylon Mercy was unsettling and psychological, standing out in a roster filled with more cartoonish characters. His matches were deliberate and suspenseful, leaving audiences both captivated and uneasy. Though the character's run was brief, it left a lasting impression and later inspired elements of Bray Wyatt's WWE persona. Unfortunately, injuries began to catch up with Spivey. By October 1995, at the age of 43, he was forced to retire from active competition. His body had endured countless matches, tours, and physical punishment, and the years of wear and tear made continuing impossible. After retirement, Spivey shifted his focus to other ventures. He briefly explored modeling and later joined his family's utility construction company in Florida, rising to the position of vice president of operations. Despite leaving the ring, Spivey remained connected to wrestling through appearances, occasional commentary, and mentoring younger talent. Even decades later, Spivey's legacy continues to resonate. Footage and the concept of his Waylon Mercy character influenced WWE's later storytelling, showing that his contributions extended beyond his in-ring accomplishments. He made special appearances, teaming with legends like Dory Funk Jr., and even lent his voice to characters inspired by his earlier work. Dan Spivey's career is a testament to perseverance, adaptability, and the ability to leave a lasting mark on an ever-changing industry, even if the spotlight was not always on him. Despite the ups and downs of his professional life, Spivey's story is not simply about wrestling. It is about the determination to pursue a dream, to overcome setbacks, and to remain respected by peers and fans alike. From the American starship to Waylon Mercy, his journey reflects the highs and lows of the wrestling business, the physical demands of performing at an elite level, and the personal fortitude required to navigate such a challenging career. Even after retirement, Spivey's influence is felt. He inspired future characters, helped younger wrestlers understand ring psychology, and remained a touchstone for those who appreciated hard work and resilience. His wrestling career, though interrupted and sometimes overshadowed, is one of dedication, adaptability, and quiet strength, forming the foundation for the life he would build afterward. Dan Spivey's personal life, however, tells a different story, one that is as complex and compelling as his career. Wrestling brought him fame and opportunity, but it also brought struggles that he would face for decades. Has been open about his battles with drugs and alcohol, revealing a long-term struggle with addiction. His challenges began even before wrestling, dating back to his football days, where he experimented with substances like stimulants and marijuana. Over time, his use escalated, and he eventually became dependent on harder drugs and alcohol. Injuries sustained in the ring compounded these struggles. Wrestling, especially in Japan and the US, took a severe physical toll. Spivey endured multiple hip replacements, knee surgeries, and neck fusions, along with countless other injuries. Painkillers were necessary to manage the constant discomfort, but over time, they became a source of dependency. He has described how pain medication, alcohol, and prescription drugs became intertwined, feeding into a cycle that was difficult to break. Spivey's substance abuse extended beyond painkillers. He battled alcohol and anxiety medications, and there were moments when his addiction nearly claimed him. At one point, He recalled a terrifying episode in a hospital where he ripped out his IV and tried to leave to smoke, forcing staff to restrain him to ensure his safety. These moments illustrate how deeply entrenched his dependency had become, and the danger it posed not only to his health but also to his life. In 2007, Spivey was arrested for driving under the influence in Florida. This incident, while serious, became a turning point. It prompted reflection and motivated him to seek help. He credits WWE's rehab program for providing the support necessary to achieve sobriety. Through their assistance, he entered a structured program that allowed him to confront his addictions and work toward lasting recovery. Since achieving sobriety, Spivey has dedicated his life to helping others. He operates alcoholism counseling programs in Florida, drawing on his own experiences to support people struggling with addiction. He has spoken publicly about the importance of guidance, mentorship, and the willingness to face one's demons. By turning his struggles into service, Spivey has created a meaningful second act that extends beyond wrestling, emphasizing the value of redemption and resilience. Spivey has also reflected on the role WWE played in his life. While wrestling provided the opportunity that shaped his career, it was the support he received later that arguably saved his life. He has praised the organization for assisting in his recovery without judgment, allowing him to focus on sobriety and helping others. His work today involves speaking, mentoring, and offering counseling, providing hope and guidance to those navigating the difficult path he once walked. Dan Spivey's journey reminds us that success is not measured only by championships or fame, but also by the courage to face personal struggles, the determination to change, and the commitment to help others rise above their own challenges. His life, both inside and outside the ring, is a testament to resilience, strength, and the enduring power of second chances. And that wraps up today's video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one.